Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Katarina. It has been a while since I have filmed a video. My previous video was actually my Pan That Palette update for September, but I uploaded it a little bit late. So the first week of October we were traveling, so of course I wasn't able to film during that time. But after our vacation I got sick. I was sick for over 2 weeks. After that I have just been kinda like stressed out and busy and tired, so yeah, I have just not been filming. But today I wanted to film my Pan That Palette update. So it has been about a month and a half since I last filmed an update, and this is now going to be the last update before the finale. I don't think it makes any sense to film another update anymore. So we're going to take a look where I am with my palettes and also talk about my final goals for this project. As you know, Pan That Palette is created by Amber F. Her channel is linked down below as always. This year I am panning 2 eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Ciate London Olivia Palermo eyeshadow palette. This one I have been panning since the beginning of the year. And then midway through the year I started also panning the KVD Shade and Light Eye Contour palette. One thing I want to still say before getting into the update is that during the past month and a half I have not worn makeup as much as I normally would. I know a lot of people don't wear any makeup when they are traveling. I do, because I like to look presentable in the pictures, even during daytime, unless I'm going to the beach or something like that. But normally I do wear even like a simple makeup look. It doesn't necessarily include eyeshadow though, but then in the evenings I like to do like a full glam look when going for dinner. Yeah, I did wear makeup when traveling, but when I was sick I didn't. And after that, when I have gone to school on everyday basis, I have not worn eyeshadow. I have worn makeup, yes, but not eyeshadow, because at the moment when it's dark and I'm a little bit tired, I just don't care to wake up earlier in the morning so that I could do eyeshadow, because it takes more time. So yeah, it is what it is. I have only been wearing eyeshadow on weekends and that shows in my progress, but yeah, I will try to keep wearing eyeshadow at least a couple of days in a week. Right now I do have some days off from school, so I'm studying from home. So for example, today is a day like that, so I had a little bit more time in the morning and I did create this nice look. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the progress. I am kinda like in a hurry. I need to pick up my daughter from daycare soon. She just started at daycare last week. That's another thing, I do take her to daycare in the morning, so that's one reason why I have less times in the morning. But let's get into my progress. So let's start with the Ciate London Olivia Palermo palette. Let me show you where I was with this palette a month ago. And here is what my palette is looking like right now. I know that this pan looks like it's empty, but there is the tiniest bit left in the corner. I want to show you a close-up so that you don't think it's empty. It's almost gone, but not quite. So yeah, I will put to the screen a comparison picture of the last update and right now. So let's just go through the shades in order. The gold one I have been now using quite a bit. Today I am wearing this one all over my lid. On the inner part of my lid I do have a little bit of golden highlighter to make this a little bit brighter, because this is quite a deep gold. But yeah, I really do enjoy it. I think this one has kind of like a beautiful neutral undertone. It's not too warm. So yeah, there's no pan yet, but the dent is starting to be pretty nice. And this is the last shade in this palette that I want to hit pan on. The green I have not been wearing. Then the rose gold I have worn after the last update here and there. The pan has maybe expanded just a little bit, but not significantly. It has not been a focus shade really, unlike the gold and the peach, which is the next shade. So of the peach I was able to use up the lower right corner, and I have also made good progress on the upper right corner, and this shade I want to finish this year. This shade I have been wearing both as a lid shade and as a highlighter. This works perfectly for me as a highlighter because it is this light shimmery beige. The plum I have used here and there, but I don't know if you can really see any difference in that. And then the brown I have been able to almost finish. This shade I use every single day, even if I don't wear any eyeshadow, which is a lot of days nowadays when I go to school. I do still wear this one as a brow powder, so that is the reason I have been able to make such good progress with it. So yeah, that is where I am with this palette right now. I do really enjoy it. I think this is a great color story for this time of year, but at the same time it's starting to be pretty old, so I'm happy to give kind of like the final push for this palette and then get it out of my collection. So for the end of this year, my goals are to finish the peach and the brown and hit pan on the gold. Then let's talk about the KVD palette. Let me show you where I was with this one in the last update. And this is where I am at the moment. So yeah, with this palette the biggest change obviously is that I was able to finish whatever was left on this lighter shade on the right side of the pan, and also on the left side there is not much left anymore. This one I have been using to set my under eye concealer every single day, and those days that I do eyeshadow, I do set my eyeshadow primer also with this one. Another shade where I can see really nice progress on is Samael over here, so this mid-toned neutral brown. The pan has expanded especially on the bottom side of the pan, but that is not really a shade that I have any goals on. It has just been a handy crease shade. So for example today I am wearing this one in my crease and this one in the outer corner. Maybe there are some changes otherwise too with these shades, but I think those are the most obvious ones. For the finale with this palette, my only goal is to finish this eyeshadow. I don't think hitting any other goal would be really that realistic. But yeah, this palette, when it's time for the finale of this project, I am going to depot and I'm only going to keep a couple of shades from this palette. I do really enjoy this, but it's not necessarily my favorite matte formula, because with this one there can be quite a bit fallout, and recently I have been more into doing my base makeup first and my eyeshadow after that. Today I did my eyeshadow first, but especially if I do makeup on everyday basis, I prefer doing my base makeup first and then eyeshadow, because I feel that is quicker. But I feel with this formula there is maybe just a little bit too much fallout for that. So because of that, this is not my favorite matte formula, and because obviously a lot of these shades I do have multiple times in my collection, it's not necessary for me to keep all of the shades, but we'll see what I'm going to keep. But yeah, this is also a really old palette in my collection. It has not been available in years, and this is the old version that was reformulated at some point. Yeah, it's time to give also a final push for this palette and then depot it and decide which shades I want to keep. But yeah, that is everything for today. I'm quite happy with my progress with my palettes this year. I didn't even think that it could be realistic to finish both of the palettes or even hit pan on all of the shades. I just wanted to get more use out of those palettes. And I got to say I'm really happy I took kind of like a more relaxed approach to panning this year, because the past 2 years when I was panning Modern Renaissance and I wanted to finish the palette, yes, I was successful in it, but I was really miserable doing so, so I don't want that anymore. So I have been way happier panning this year. I am also excited for next year's projects. I do have some ideas, but I'm not sure yet what I want to do. What I know for sure is that I'm not going to do a year-long pan that palette. I feel I need a break from that. But then I'm kind of like going back and forth if I should do pan those eyeshadows, if I should do a seasonal pandad palette, if I should just rotate through my entire collection, or something in between of all of those things. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I will film one of those, help me decide what to pan next year videos. I really love watching those. So yeah. Anyways, that is really everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in my next one. Bye bye.